everybody, this is Marie and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot, and today we are going to be talking about the outage that occurred a couple days ago pertaining to the major cell companies and major cell companies such as Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, Cricket, among other companies. I don't remember all of them, but it was this outage occurred. It was not nationwide to my understanding. Now I'm looking at this out. It appeared like it was targeted, like certain area. I know my area, Georgia for sure, my T-Mobile was not working. And there were other towns, so we can see on the map, like Dallas, Houston, a different part of Florida was affected as well. And so that Chicago, I mean, it was like, it looks like Boston, New York for sure, and then Los Angeles. So it looks like a lot of major metropolitan area seems to have been the target. And soon after, there were on Twitter, well, X, formerly known as Twitter, there were people talking about, possibility of a solar flare that may have been a cause for knocking it down. Then the Biden administration came about and talked about, demanding an investigation to be done. And then, out of nowhere, I saw this Anon who posted on Telegram a few different posts. So overall, it seems like this was something planned. It was I'm not saying an attack, but there was something behind it, and I'm hoping the cards will be merciful and provide us with some insight. Before we get too much into this, today I'm going to be using this tarot card. It was published by Gift Republic. I got this at my local bookstore, Books A Million in Peachtree City, Georgia. It's pretty cool, pretty cheap when I got it too, so I thought it was a steal. So that's for your info. So like I mentioned before, as this outage was happening, there was a lot of noise going on. First, possibility of a solar flare may have been the reason. Then I saw this Anon, Master C. Miller. If you don't follow, I think you should consider following him, where he mentioned, a few posts pertaining about Julian Assange. And I do remember that there was some kind of hearing about Julian Assange in the UK, I guess, to determine whether or not he should be traveling here in the States to face justice, so to speak, or something to that effect. Now, if you guys know more about that, please do share in the comments below, because I didn't have the chance to look too much into it, but I am aware that his case is very important, not only for us, the movement, but I think overall, it would determine fates of journalists and free speech, and being a whistleblower, all that in one. So he did mention that cyber attacks happened the same day Julian Assange decision is due. This is not an accident. I thought that was interesting. And then that same day, later on, he posted, "No trace of Julian Assange today. Hidden from the chaos of elements, cyber attacks work both ways." So I thought that was interesting. So apparently that outage is alluding what happened to AT&T, Verizon, and may have been done on purpose. I'm guessing maybe an effort to hide Julian Assange, or to distract from that, what's going on over there. So I guess you can add it as a black swan event as well, I suppose, if you want to go that route. So my question is, was this well, I have several questions. Well, clearly this outage was coordinated. It was done for a reason. Is it related to the solar flare? Is it related to the Julian Assange trial or hearing? So we don't know, right? There's a lot being thrown at us all in one swoop. So I guess I want the card to give us some insight and see what the cards wants to chat about, right? Let's see if we can get some insights from the cards. Let's see what they want to talk about pertaining to the outage that occurred, this blackout. And, you know, interestingly enough, a few days ago, and I think a few days ago, like this Anon was sent a reminder post that 6 days ago, Dan Scavino, he posted like this AOL where symbol, if you guys used to have AOL back in the day, where it's about where that little image was about to do the dial up thingy, and the connection was spotty, and as if to say that this was something that was planned, that it was coming, and was preparing people that there might be a disruption of sort. So it looks like all this is coming together, right? So it again, I know it's a bit of a long intro, but trying to set the scene, so to speak. So what the card wants to say about this outage that occurred a couple of days ago. Verizon, T-Mobile, and all that. What other insight that we're not seeing that the cards wants to share? Because we know what is the seen part is the unseen, right? The cards wants to share about this. All right. So I'm using the Kachina sword spread. So the first one is a Page of Pentacle. Ooh, as if to want us to pay attention. Knight of Pentacle. That's a lot of pentacles. That's interesting. Queen of Pentacles, again in the past. That is so unreal. Recent past. Present. This is the Magician. This is a major arcana. Coming in the middle, present. And for potential outcome, it is the Nine of Pentacles. Well, that is pretty cool. So for clarification, Queen of Wands, another Queen. Oh, wow. This is... And then the Devil card as clarification. So we asked the question, you know, what underlying message the cards, furthermore, that the cards wanted to share. So I think all of this, it was, so the Page of Pentacles is usually a messenger. It can also be about a pivot, a new beginning, and I think we can take all of it here. So it's as if it was this, not as if, but this was definitely a message for people who were paying attention. Maybe a nod to let us know that Queen of Wands underneath, moving in the right direction, that, you know, very close, right? Close, because Queen of Wands is about authenticity, about being passionate, is about grand finale kind of thing. That's what just popped into my mind. That is interesting. It's as if, you know, they really want you to pay attention to what's going on, to the patterns, to really study what's happening right now, to look for the signs. You know, with the Queen of Wands, and it's as if something big is about to pop, about to happen, because it's a card of the very, it's a fiery card. It's very extravagant, very popping, very in your face, you know, not accepting no for answer type of thing. That she's really authentic in that kind of way, and she's, you know, once you see her, you do not want to stare away kind of thing. Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles is like a moving, it's a movement, it's a shift, because all knights are about movement. It's like something is in the process of, and Pentacles are usually very slow, really take their time, very cautious, very practical in nature as well, very stable. It's as if in here it kind of feels very military-ish. They're moving slowly, they're taking their time, very practical, very systematic, very to expose, because Pentacle, you know, expose, put out there. It also can be about money, but the way that we're asking the question, it feels more about exposing, like very systematic approach, in a very cautious way, and slow enough that people can digest, keep up kind of thing, to expose the evil, what's going on. And this is pretty interesting. So they want you to pay attention to the that is interesting. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. So this feels, for this message, or this underlying message, it feels more for people who have been paying attention, like the digital soldiers or Anons. This feels as if it's talking to them somehow. Queen of Pentacles, again, is very got to being a queen by being very practical. It took her a while to get to her success. She had to overcome a lot, and once she developed this appreciation for, you know, not only practicality, but for what she have, a possession, and very generous in nature when it comes to that. So this, I feel as if, you know, people who have been in the movement, it's coming a long way. It's as if it's a nod of sort. This is getting weird. It feels as if to, you know, to acknowledge the digital soldiers, the nods, people who are, since the get-go, that, you know, your time is coming, that you've overcome, and now you're in this position where you probably being vindicated, right? So, that's like on the cusp, because Queen of Pentacles, like, you know, it's a lot of people, it's as if to say that it's not the king that's showing, it's two queens. It's as if to say that it's very below the surface, the awareness, but, you know, and not even anon, but maybe for the members of the general public, that something maybe is going on, that something's about to pop kind of feel, right? The Magician in the middle. So Magician can be about, it's ruled by Mercury, so it can be about communication. That's one way of looking at it. But it could also be about trickery. But both can be true. There is possibility of the sulfur can happen. Maybe it is a Julian or something. So it looks like it's, I'm not saying a distraction, but maybe all of this is planned to deflect kind of thing, because the Magician have tricks in their sleeve, and they're using like very simple tricks, or it feels like, you know, it's not, it looks like a synchronicity going on. It looks like synchronicity, but it is not. It's as if all of those were factored in when you know, the outage, the solar, the Julian Assange. It was like all of this was, it happened to look like a synchronicity kind of thing, if that makes any sense, or like serendipity kind of feel. This is unusual. I don't even know how to convey this properly. So that's the Trister card. That's how it's talking to me right now, even though it's not a trick. It's not a, it was done this particular way, this reason. And Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles is as if, you know, usually Nine of Pentacles is about independence. It's about being sovereign. It's about fighting you. And so it looks like whatever this was, because the cards is kind of sort of being vague. It's as if whatever that outage was about, it resulted in us being free of something, being independent, and being closer to, or Queen of Wands is about being close to your authentic self kind of thing, and being free from whatever evil that's happening, that occurred. Or so it, so I feel like what it's not saying is like maybe there was some operation going on, and maybe they had to use this magician situation to, you know, to seal the deal, or to, you know, to wrap things up kind of sort of thing. So I'm gonna take two more cards. King of Cups. So okay, so it looks like we're in the right direction. So whatever had occurred with that outage, it looks like, you know, the bad guys, the King of Cups, usually by King of Cups are the bad guys, like the elite, you know, people in prominent position who are very good at using, who's very good at manipulating one's emotion. They're very good at the mind control. They're very good at the gaslighting. So the King of Cups has been coming in my cards a lot to define, to mean these, you know, to equate this elite cabal, whatever, because that's kind of how they operate. They operate on one's emotion. If you look at the woke, lib, whatever movement, they're very emotional based. They don't do research. They don't know anything about facts. I mean, it's just, so it looks like whatever this was, this outage was about, it was very much, it feels, even though it's not saying, this was like an operation to wrap things up, in terms of with the Nine Pentacles that I'm seeing here. Independence, you know, sovereignty, disengaging from whatever we were hooked with. And then that Page of Pentacles is saying that, oh wow, we want you to know this. We want you to see this. We want you to witness history with us, right? So this was their way to nod to people who have been, I don't know, soldiers, digital soldiers, anons, you know, researchers, whatever. This was like a message to say, I want you to witness this with me, right? I want you to celebrate this. I want you to look at this. We're making history, kind of feel that this is, we're getting our independence. Oh, wow. This is, this is pretty cool. Okay. So while we're on that topic, so that was the outage. So since we kind of mentioned Julian Assange, let's do a quick look, right? So, so based on what this gentleman is saying, so we know that there was a hearing. I don't know what the decision was because I haven't seen any updates, but according to this Anon, it said no trace of Julian Assange today, hidden from the chaos of elements. Cyber attack works both ways. So that was February 22nd. That was yesterday. Today, the 23rd, it says here, Julian Assange is safe. So, okay, so let's kind of take a look around, because we know that he's important somehow to this whole thing, right? So, and he may have had something to do with this outage. It's that one grain of sand that caused a sandstorm. So let's ask, what does the cards wants to share about Julian's Assange and his role in this whole truther movement, or truth, because he was giving like a shitload of information. It is through him that we knew about Pizzagate, what Podesta is about, who Hillary Clinton is really about. It's a lot of the information the world knew about the cabal, about those pedophiles, through the information that Seth Rich risked his life, we think, and may have given to Julian Assange. Now, he never disclaimed who he got. Julian Assange never disclaimed who he got that information from, but a lot of people speculate that it may have been Seth Rich, who was killed in a botched robbery. I think he was supposed to look like a robbery, but it looked like a murder, if you ask me. That's another story for another day. But we want to ask, you know, Julian Assange role in this whole thing, right? Or maybe what the chorus wants to share about you know, Julian Assange and his role within this movement, because it seems like he plays a key role. There's something at play here, right? So let's see what the cards wants to chat about, since we are already in that neck of the woods. Might as well go full Toronto. So first card is Nine of Swords. Second is Judgment. So the Judgment card is a major arcana. It's a pretty cool deck, right? If you notice, it's very simplistic. Five of Cups in the past. Recent past. Wheel of Fortune, present. Another major arcana. And the King of Pentacles. Potential outcome. And this is the Moon, another major arcana. Goddamn. And Five of Wands. Again, clarification. So we asked, you know, what does the card was to share about Julian Assange and the role that he's playing in this whole thing. So there's, it looks like there has been a lot of worry. A lot of worry and secrecy about him in general. Wow, that's interesting. The Nine of Swords is about worry. It could be about guilt, it could be about depression. Maybe it's all the above. And the Moon card is about, you know, secrecy. It can be about fear of the unknown. It's about, you know, proceeding with caution. So it looks like there was a lot of that around him. Wow. Situation. So for the situation card is Judgment. So usually Judgment is about the waking up moment. It feels layered here. It feels like, you know, as the world is waking up, people are starting to do research, and people are starting to see the importance of free speech, the importance of, you know, journalistic integrity, saying the truth, being a whistleblower, exposing, bringing out transparency, right? Kind of thing. A lot of people are having a waking up moment and being interested in what's going on pertaining his case. And because of the attention that he's getting, right, it's generating a lot of conflict, right? A lot of different agenda, so people don't want to expose. I mean, they don't want the truth to come out there. His role, how he kind of helped, through him, he helped put a lot of the dysfunction to light, right? And a lot of people is gonna do their best, their damnedest, not to put it out there. So, that's interesting. So, with the Five of Cups in the past, this is kind of sad. Disappointment. There's disappointment here. So I feel like I'm kind of channeling Julian Assange a bit. Disappointment. I don't know. Does it mean that it took the American people so long to wake up? Does it mean that the process, the justice process is taking so long? The wheel of justice is taking too long? You know, the guy have sacrificed a lot. The guy was literally in exile for a number of years, in you know, self-imposed prison, just so he can preserve his life. So, disappointment, I can understand. For people to catch up to speed, for people, for his safety, the time he's lost, for sure. And however, good news, if there is a silver lining, the Wheel of Fortune, it looks like there's a change of luck for him. Things are changing quickly, fairly quickly. And not only for him, but it looks like for the bad guys. The King of Pentacles is the outcome. So usually the King of Pentacles for me is so it could be, it is about somebody who've mastered materialistic comfort, wealth, very successful in business, a person who have been able to achieve generational wealth. It could be somebody who's very generous, successful, all of that in the above. But for some reason, when I get this card, it's usually the Cabal, because these the majority of the elites or generational wealth, they have the knowledge of becoming successful, and they have been hoarding that knowledge, so they have been maintaining this mastery of success for themselves, and it's not shared, it's not, so it looks like there's a change of fortune for the King of Pentacles, right? And another way of looking at it too is like, you know, there's gonna be some change happening, like Wheel of Fortune. It also ending. This is, so it also depict a new beginning, because when you see a Wheel of Fortune and Judgment together, it's a form of well, it can be a form of death, but it could be a, you know, from death to come a rebirth, a resurrection, a phoenix rising of sorts. It's as if, you know, a new beginning is coming fairly quickly, right? And that tells me with the King of Pentacles that, you know, major information is going to come out, and that's going to expose these people. Now, yeah, they're going to do their damnedest with that Five of Wands to fight, you know, to fight the process, you know, to fight the judgment, to fight, you know, the awareness, the truth, you know. But things are going to look pretty dark for them. Wow. So I'm going to take two more cards for clarification. The Nine of Pentacles. Again, the Nine of Pentacles is about independence. It's about sovereignty. We're at it, you know. Sovereignty again. We're seeing this card, injustice. Not only the truth, whatever, how much they try to stop it, no matter how many outage that they can try, whatever, to turn people away from the truth. People are thirsty for independence. People are thirsty for sovereignty. Can you believe it? You have to pay all that money just to survive. Food, shelter, car note, all of this. Everything's expensive. You just spend your time, your life, paying for shit. and you don't even have the chance to enjoy it. This is true slavery. So justice, not only justice, but cosmic, it was ordained. I mean, it's time for this to end, kind of feel, right? So this is pretty cool. So okay, so um so for the last couple reading, we feel that there's something's about to pop. Huh? Do we have a time frame for this whatever? I personally feel that if something is to happen, it's gonna be either in March or in April. May will be the latest, right? If I'm not, you know, and I'm not, and I don't know what that popping is. Like, you know, shit hits the fan. Again, I feel like we are going through series of black swan events. So I'm thinking this time frame that I have in mind, I feel like, you know, March, between March and May, there might be some, you know, a series of black swan events kind of thing happening. So let's see what the cards wants to share about that, right? Because I feel something is coming. I just cannot express it. It feels heavy on my chest. You know, I'm like, you know, I know something is coming. I just cannot. It's nebulous. There's no logic to it, right? And I'm guessing maybe a lot of people feel the same way. Since again, we're already in this side of town, that line of questioning. Let's ask, right? What does the card wants to share about that? And I know I'm going on a tangent, but ooh. Okay, let's do this. See what the card wants to share. Some shit is about to pop. We don't know what, but for some reason I feel between March and April, maybe the latest May. This just feels so weird. The shit hit the fan kind of feel. So let's see what the cards wants to share. So 7 of Cups is the first card. Death is a situation card. 5 of Swords, recent past. 3 of Pentacles, present, and 9 of Swords. Outcome, potential outcome. 1 second, let me try to fit everything in the frame if possible. And my clarifier, Page of Swords, that's clarification. And 2 of Pentacles, clarification. So, okay. So things are going to be nebulous. Things are going to be confusing. Okay. Page of Sword underneath in terms of information. So there's going to be a lot being thrown out, a lot of rumors in the windows, and a lot of maybe propaganda. I feel shit talking. That's what came to mind. So okay, let's go with that. But things are situation. It's the Death card. It's a major arcana, and that's the only major arcana that things are going to be happening between now and May, maybe the latest. 2 of Pentacles, Death and Pentacles. It's as if there's transformation that's gonna force us in a situation where we have to juggle things around, try to do a balance, being on a tightrope situation where maybe it's gonna be a little tense, a little stressful as we're trying to navigate this period. Okay. And the fact that I'm seeing Pentacle, I wonder, information, maybe evidence, maybe it's also about the money, because I know any day now, uh, pertaining to financial situation, when you haven't check out the post that I did not long ago about the financial whatever system. So in the past, Five of Sword. So things have been tense. So Five of Sword is about conflict, and it's about, you know, being under stress. It can be overcoming a stressful situation or somebody bullying you around. We are kind of feel like we're being bullied around with all those information, with all of the stressful situation, the knowledge, the truth. Also, it can be stressful as well, and just to live, right? So it's conflict. So there's conflict everywhere, not only within ourselves, within the community. Not community meaning that, well, the Twitter community has been a little back chat stabbing one another lately, but also, you know, different industries are showing stress as well. Now, Three of Pentacle, Three of Pentacle. It just feels like a nod. Like, yeah, between now, March, April, and May. But Three of Pentacle is about collaboration. It's about, it can be collaboration done secretly, secrecy, or it could be a time to cement or to band together. So this is interesting. And then the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords as outcome, worry. So yes, things are gonna get crazier if one can believe. If you think that this is crazy, it looks like things are gonna be even more nebulous, more weird. There's a lot of dysfunction and delusion. That's gonna come to play. Yeah, it's gonna be exposed gradually, but it's still not good. Things are not, yeah, it's still gonna be dysfunctional, still gonna be crazier. And yes, and that's gonna, you know, it's as if, you know, when there's pressure, there's diamond kind of feel, you know, it's to foster change, as if they're, whoever's orchestrating this is really pushing us to the limit kind of feel, in order to force us to change, to see the truth, to see what's going on. And as we are changing, as we're gonna have to navigate this. We're forced to navigate this, like kind of being the tightrope, right? And any little misstep, you know, you can lose it. You can lose the step. So it's kind of, you know, so you're forced to. So yeah, things have been crazy, if possible, but it looks like if you're able to band together, you know, so it just feels like it's a confirmation. Yeah, the next 3 months is going to be a little bit crazy, but use this time to find people like yourselves, like ourselves, like-minded people, to stick together, work together, kind of thing, to support one another, because it is gonna get worrisome. That's the outcome. So yeah, things gonna about to pop, but it doesn't look like more worry, and you're gonna have to juggle because of information coming out. Let me take 2 more cards. Three of Cups. So Three of Cups is about, so whatever is going to come out between now and May, let's say. So I'm guessing people who've been in the movement since day one, they're going to love it because, you know, it's more truth, more. Four of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles. So Three of Cups is usually coming together, celebration. So it feels like, on one hand, the people who have been following the signs, the patterns, the digital soldier, all that, they're going to be Three of Cups, rejoicing. But at the same time, it feels like this is kind of alluding to, you know, Four of Pentacles. Usually Four of Pentacles is about conserving your wealth, conserving your money. It's as if, you know, within that group, whatever's left of the cabal, if there is any left, they're going to try to hold on to whatever they can, right? Because Three of Cups can be the party people, the endocrine people. It's as if they're going to try to hold on to whatever left, little power that they have left, kind of sort of feel to it. So, okay, so it looks like it's more fear-based than anything. And this is minor arcana, all of it. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of different distraction tactics, but it's going to intensify between now and May. And all of this is to foster change, is all this to expose, but it's doing it in such a way as if it's getting more compact. It's as if, you know, when you're trying to create diamond, you have to put in the pressure. So this is kind of what it feels like, if that makes any sense. Okay then, well, you got it, guys. Oh, thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. You have no idea. Thank you so much. Much love and blessing. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.